Today, we're going to talk about the two very best types of clients that you could work with as a real estate agent and how to get more of them. And the reason that I know that these are the two best type of clients that you could ever work with is because I have tried a lot of different things over my years in the real estate industry. I got my real estate license when I was 18. I've been a licensed realtor for 8 years now. I think I'm on my 9th year now. And I have tried so many different methods, from Zillow leads to for sale by owners, all different kinds of cold calling, expired listings, door knocking, open houses, like random Facebook ads. Oh my gosh, lots of different things. And I'm going to tell you about the two that will bring you the type of clients that are just the kind of clients that you want more of. These two types of ways to get business are, personally for me, a goal of mine would be to have 100% of my business come from these two lead sources alone and nothing else. We're not quite there yet. These two are a pretty good chunk of our business, but in an ideal world, these would be 100% of where our business comes from. And so we're just going to brainstorm. We're just going to have a little chit chat and brainstorm ways. I have written out in the notes section of my phone a list of things that you can do to increase these two type of clients that we're going to talk about that are the best type of clients you could get as a real estate agent. And we're just going to discuss it. When I was a new agent, I used to work with some crazy clients. Like, I'm telling you, I had clients that would have me in tears. I would get yelled at. They had crazy expectations. I, of course, had no boundaries as well within my business, but I just had some wild clients who wasted a ton of your time, no boundaries, no respect for you as their real estate agent, just like the most time consuming and soul sucking kind of clients that you could ever work with. That's basically what I specialized in for the first, 4 years at least of my real estate business. So I have a lot of experience with those kind of clients. And then once I started working with these two type of clients that we're going to talk about in just a second here, once I started working with those, I was like, whoa, this is like a breath of fresh air. Selling real estate just got so much easier. These clients are not nearly as time consuming and they're actually fun to work with. Like, life just got so much better. Before we get into it, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mariah and I'm a real estate agent in the beautiful state of Oregon. If you have any clients relocating to Oregon, send them my way. I'd love to give you a referral fee. If you haven't guessed it, these two types of leads that are the best leads that you could ever work with as a real estate agent are agent-to-agent referrals. And I don't want to say relocation buyers because it's not specifically relocation, but buyers that come through video marketing content, specifically through YouTube, but video in general. And two of the things that I really love about these types of leads is you are not chasing them. They come to you and are like, oh my gosh, can we please work with you? We really want to work with you. Or like they have their mind set up. There are no presentations. Like, there's no follow up, honestly, like begging them to work with you. Like, they have their mind made up that they want to work with you. They trust you. And it's just such a entirely different game. And I don't know, it feels like a whole different job than working with all the other kind of leads that I mentioned before earlier. So let's get into this list. Also, by the way, we love chatting with you guys in the comment section. So if you do use either of these as a way of getting business, if either of these two things are something that you do often in your business to get clients, let us know in the comment section what works for you. And if you don't use these ways of getting business, how do you get business? Where does most of your business come from? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Okay, let's go down my list of ways to increase these two types of leads in your real estate life. The first one we're going to talk about is agent-to-agent referrals. Then we will get to the video content tips. I truly believe that it is easier than ever to get agent-to-agent referrals in 2024 than it ever has been. And I think a big reason is because I know, thinking back to when I first got my real estate license in 2015, I know it's not like that long ago in the grand scheme of things. It's not like I was selling real estate in the 80s when, the MLS was different. Like, everything was just like entirely different. I know it's not that long ago, but it feels like an entirely different world when it comes to how real estate agents market their business and get clients. I remember back in 2015, really nobody was using, okay, maybe not nobody, but a very small percentage of agents were using social media, the internet at all to get business. And I remember first hearing about this at like office meetings or whatever. They would mention like Facebook or something, and nobody really, even like the people talking about it, teaching it, didn't believe that you could actually get business. It was just like, oh yeah, have a Facebook business page so people could look you up. But nobody actually believed that you could get business from it. And now fast forward to 2024, like it's not that much longer later. And there are many, many agents making millions of dollars a year because of these platforms that they're able to run their business through, which is just wild to me. So if it is a goal of yours, like it is a goal of mine to increase those agent to agent referrals this year, here is a list of things that we can be doing to try to do that. First is always send a thank you note to the agent that gave you the referral. Go the extra mile. Even if it is the 10th referral that they've given you, always send them a handwritten thank you note. This is something that just sets you apart, shows them that you are appreciative. I know every state has different rules on this, like obviously when someone gives you an agent to agent referral, you give them a referral fee. But outside of that, I know there's rules on like giving money, gift cards. I'm not sure. But you can even give them $100 gift card if it's legal in your state to go along with that thank you note. Like it is 100% worth it, and they definitely should be appreciative. So appreciated. So always send a handwritten thank you note. So the second thing that you can do to get agent to agent referrals this year is show up consistently on one social media platform. I think that as a real estate agent, you are so much better off picking one platform and sticking to it consistently to market your business than you are trying to be on every platform but not being super consistent. And I don't think anyone has enough time in their day, if they're also running their real estate business at the same time on top of everything else we have going on in life, to be I don't think anyone has enough time to be actually marketing consistently on literally every platform. I think you're much better off just choosing one and being consistent. So this is something that it does take time, but consistently show up on whatever platform it is. Collaborate with, talk to, network with other real estate agents on a consistent basis on whatever platform it is that you want to go on for your business. And this is a great way to eventually generate agent to agent referrals. This next one is real estate conferences and events. I went to a Tom Ferry conference in Vegas. I was like 1 year exactly into the business, and I went by myself. And first of all, I'm so glad I went by myself because it gave me so many more networking opportunities. Every single meal, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and coffee, I was able to be with another agent. Like I was with a different agent for every meal. I was able to meet, collaborate with, learn from, because I was so young and so new in the business. Obviously, everyone else, basically, I had so much to learn from basically everyone else that I met there, and develop networking opportunities. And it was honestly like one of the funnest times I've ever had. I had such a good time. I should do this more. It has been years and years and years since I've been to a real estate conference or event of any kind. My husband and I are actually going to a real estate conference in Portland in a few days, which I'm so excited for because it's been so long. But this is something that, even networking aside, I probably should prioritize this more, just going, because it's honestly something that just inspires and excites and motivates me and fills my cup up so much. I love real estate events and conferences. But all that being said, going to real estate conferences and events, I have one agent I can think of in particular who I met at this event. This was how many years now? This was all the way back in 2016. And I don't really keep in touch with this agent. We don't talk really ever, but because I had such a great dinner with her and meaningful conversation over dinner, we got to actually really get to know each other. Even though this was like years and years ago, she is still the agent that I think of when I think of her particular like state and town that she serves. And so about 6 months ago, I just sent her a referral, even though I haven't really seen or talked to her in years. Meeting agents in person at events, I think, is going to be so much more, I don't know what the right word is. Like, they will stick with you and you'll stick with them in their mind more than just networking with someone online and you'll probably forget about them unless they're really, really consistent for a very long time. So real estate events and networking, definitely not a bad idea. Something that I used to do, I haven't done this in years, but I used to have a list of real estate agents. I had their mailing address and their name written out all in this like spreadsheet in my laptop. And I would go through, these were all agents, by the way. Though I think the reason I would put them on this list is anyone that reached out to me from my YouTube channel when I first started it back in like, I don't know, this was like years ago. I would put their name down and I would, every quarter or so, I would send all these agents that had reached out to me from YouTube in the mail. I would send them Christmas cards, Easter cards, really nothing great, like nothing. I don't even think I really gave them anything of value. If you give something of value, then even better. I would basically just send them like holiday cards a couple times a year. And this was a great way to stay consistently in front of agents and help increase that agent-to-agent referral. This next idea is a question that I've been asked recently quite a bit by other agents. And that is, should I make a agent-facing YouTube channel or Instagram or TikTok, whatever, social media platform you use? Should I make an agent-facing one specifically to try to get agent-to-agent referrals? Here are my thoughts on this. You certainly can get agent-to-agent referrals from making agent-facing content. It's something obviously we do on this channel. We've received agent-to-agent referrals from having this particular channel. However, my thoughts on this are that if you are a real estate agent and you have any sort of platform, whatever it is, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, even Facebook, like whatever platform it is that you are choosing to go all in on, if you are marketing consistently and well on that channel, other agents are going to take note and you're going to get agent-to-agent referrals from that. I know of other real estate agents in other markets who have like, YouTube channels or TikToks or whatever that are for consumers. Like they're for buyers and sellers. They're not for real estate agents at all. And they are getting way more agent-to-agent referrals than I get from this channel that is like actually for real estate agents. So I think there's nothing wrong if you actually have like a passion for talking to real estate agents and connecting with them, and it's something that's really on your heart to do, then yeah, start an agent-facing channel or social media platform or whatever, but don't just force yourself to do agent-facing content for the referrals. I think you can also very successfully get agent-to-agent referrals from another platform, just posting like really good consumer facing content consistently, and other agents will notice. I know for us, for example, I have a other YouTube channel called Oregon Homes with Mariah Vetras Crawford, and we get a lot of out of state, like relocation buyer clients from that particular channel. And I know I'm told often by other agents in other markets will tell me things like, I watch your videos on that relocation channel often, even though they have no interest in moving to Oregon, like it has nothing to do with anything they're interested in, but they watch those videos often because it helps give them ideas and inspiration for what to do in their market. So whatever you are doing, if you're doing it consistently, other agents are going to notice, and it can definitely be a great way to increase your agent-to-agent referrals. This last one, before we get into the next great form of getting business as a real estate agent, this next tip just came to me. Wasn't on my list, but I'm going to throw it in there, and it is being with a company like Real Broker. So I joined Real Broker almost a year ago now, which is crazy. And something that I've noticed is since growing a network at Real Broker, having agents who join us, which basically, if you think about it, it's kind of, you're their sponsor, they join you. It's kind of a way to reap a lot of the benefits of having a real estate team without actually having to have a real estate team. And these agents can be all over the country. I found that this is a really great way to increase agent-to-agent referrals. And here's why. Because I'm I am often in contact with these agents. They ask me questions, I answer them, I help them, whatever. They reach out to me who are part of our network. They reach out to us and we help them very happily. It's something we love doing. And because we're in front of them more, I found that naturally we're getting more agent-to-agent referrals because these agents are all over the country. We're getting more agent-to-agent referrals from this as well. Also, being in somebody else's downline at a company like Real Broker is a great way for you to get agent-to-agent referrals as well. Because I know for me, if I have somebody, I just had this situation happen last week where I was driving down the road and got a call out of the blue from an agent in Chicago who was looking for a realtor about 6 hours away from me. They thought that I, serviced that area, but I didn't. This happens often. So of course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in my downline first and say, is there anybody who is in our network at Real Broker in this location or near this location that would want to take this referral? So just being part of a collaborative culture like at Real Broker is such a great way to increase your agent-to-agent referrals. Not to mention masterminds. There's multiple masterminds going on all throughout the week, like literally every day. There's different ones happening, and being a part of these masterminds, people seeing your name, you seeing their name, like it definitely helps increase your odds of agent-to-agent referrals. Next, we're going to talk about video marketing clients, because these are the best clients. Besides agent-to-agent referrals, these are the other best clients that you can get as a real estate agent. I'm going to share from my perspective, which is relocation buyer clients, because that's really all I have experience working with. My channel is a relocation channel focus, like that is my niche. However, I do believe that these tips can apply no matter what type of channel. I know there's so many different real estate niches you can have, and even if it's not YouTube specifically, if you have another platform, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, like I said, there's so many different ones. Whatever platform it is that you are putting video content out there on, I do believe that these tips can apply to you, but I'm going to speak mainly from my perspective, which is relocation clients. When I first started my relocation channel in my state of Oregon, I was the only person doing it in my specific market. My town that I'm in, specifically, there's larger towns around us, but my particular town is about 170 something thousand people. So it is not a big, large town by any means. I was the only agent doing this in this specific town. And now, fast forward, however many years later, there are lots of agents popping up all the time, new ones popping up left and right doing these types of videos, which obviously it's a given. It's something that it's like bound to happen, because I remember like back when I was at that Tom Ferry conference I told you guys about in 2016, I think it was, they were pushing video, telling everyone to do this, and literally no one was doing it. I wasn't even doing it yet then. And so if you were doing it back in the day, then you got 100% of the market share. Now you definitely need to fight more for that spot in search. There's more competition. You might get less of the market share, but it is definitely still worth doing. It's still a great use of time, and you can still get a ton of leads from this particular lead source. My tips for this today will be a little bit more focused toward what's working right now specifically, because there is more competition. And I know this is the case in pretty much every market, especially if you're in a market with like population of 900,000 people. There's probably a ton of agents doing this. So these are my tips to you. It's still worth doing. And if you are a lucky person that is in maybe a smaller town, maybe you have a population of like 30,000 people or smaller, and nobody is doing it in your town, then what are you waiting for? You need to jump on this opportunity right away. My first tip is be different. And what I mean by this is, okay, so say you are somebody who is posting these style of videos on YouTube, trying to get clients for this relocation niche or whatever niche it is that you're in, probably saturated also by now as well in real estate. Since real estate video marketing has gotten so huge. Say you're a 20-something-year-old girl who's a mom who loves to drink tea, and your style of doing these videos is a little bit more laid back, on the fly, like not super produced, super like just, I don't know, more like candid style content. Okay, so you are going to attract a very different type of audience and client than somebody who is a 65-year-old male who is a little bit more monotone on camera and is a little bit more of an analytical style person. They're going to, and maybe is a lot more produced in their videos. Like, what I'm trying to say is, every single person is different, and let YouTube do the weeding. Like, you just be yourself and just do your videos however style feels best for you, whether that's a vlog style on your phone, more produced, less produced. You just do you, and let YouTube do the weeding, because although there is a lot more competition in this like niche of marketing your business for real estate than there used to be, that's for sure. You're going to attract a different person than somebody else is going to. I know for me, for my videos, I'm not a big like cusser. It's just not really who I am. It just naturally those words don't really come out of my mouth naturally. Like if I were to curse, I would probably be forcing it just because it's not something that naturally happens with me. But there is another person in my market who does these videos and uses the F word a lot. And that's great. That's fine. That's they're being themselves by cussing, and I'm being myself by not cussing. And they're going to attract a certain client who wants to work with somebody who's going to be dropping F-bombs, and I'm going to attract a type of client who doesn't. So all I'm trying to say is you just be you and let YouTube do the weeding. I am not a very high C analytical, if you've ever done the DISC personality, I am not an analytical numbers person at all. So I'm not going to attract those type of people, but I probably wouldn't work with them very well anyway. So let YouTube do the weeding. You just be yourself. There is enough clients for everyone. And my next tip is over edited and over professional does not always win. Just be a person in your videos. Literally just talk however you would talk. Don't talk like you're trying to be this super professional real estate agent. Nobody is going to connect to that and relate to that. And I think that in 2024, we're seeing a lot of YouTube viewing preferences going back to that, when YouTube first started, that more raw, real, unedited style of viewing preferences. People want real. I feel like we're moving, I really think we're moving past this era that we were just in of the super edited, super flashy words on the screen every second, style. I'm curious what you guys think in the comments below, but I know I'm thankful for that because I have always been a just whip my phone out and say whatever comes to my mind in the moment style of video gal. And that's always what has worked for me to get business. And if I have to spend hours making it perfect, I'm just not going to do it. So I'm really grateful for that. But those are my true thoughts. So with that being said, don't overthink it. Don't let perfection get the best of you. Literally done is better than perfect. And the person who puts out the imperfect video is going to get a lot more business than the person who doesn't put out the video or takes 20 million hours trying to make the video and only makes one because they can't just pump them out enough because they're too trying to be perfect with it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that person is going to get a lot more business than the person that doesn't do anything because they're scared of it not being perfect. I know I have had a lot more clients come from my really, really crummy videos, if we're being honest. My videos, especially starting out, were pretty bad. They're still not that great, but I've had a lot more business come from them. And I have the #1 relocation YouTube channel in my market still, as far as views, subscribers, all of that goes. I would not have gotten that business if I was waiting for my videos to be perfect or if I was scared of looking unprofessional. You just do you. Today's video got a little bit lengthy, but thank you for hanging out with me today. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we come on here every week with new videos. As always, feel free to leave any questions or video suggestions that you have in the comments or shoot us an email. I'll put my email address below and we'll see you next week.